Hey guys, this is Poe, and I'll be reviewing the CM Remix 12.1 ROM made by Zion959. Take it to his XDA developers page. This is made for the Galaxy Note 4 Sprint variant. And he's actually making it for T-Mobile, I'm assuming. He doesn't own a Sprint, not Galaxy Note 4, so he's been doing it pretty much off the T-Mobile variant and kind of porting all of that onto the Sprint variant. So it's this is probably the best AOSP ROM out right now for the Galaxy Note 4, and it's receiving definitely the most attention on the AOSP ROM, or at least it's the most attention getting thread in here. Like, as you can see, people respond to all of these. It's 135 pages full of posts and answers, and everybody getting responses, and he updates his ROM pretty much like every 3 days. So any bugs that you submit, if you submit logs on the thread or send him personal messages, he'll try to get to it as fast as he can. I mean, this is just overall just a very overall good experience. It's probably one of the best experiences you want to have with the XDA developers thread and while running a ROM, especially one that's not as stable as a TouchWiz ROM that you had before, at least coming off stock. You want to have that, that response. So let's talk about the ROM. Let's see. I'm currently running version 8.8. The latest version is 9.1 as we're speaking right now. I probably plan on flashing that pretty soon. This is the latest one is actually, well, 9.0 is actually the first one, but anything in the 9.0 range after 8.8 is pretty much the first one that we've had to do. He's recommended a clean install, because before, the most stable version of this ROM is actually version 6.7 in my eyes, and I used to be on 6.7 until version 8.8 came out. 8.8 pretty much it has a little bit of like just aesthetic features, I think, in my eyes, but not too many major differences. But just to follow the trend, I guess, or stay within striking range of the most up-to-date version, I try to update it. But ever since 6.7, the recommended flashing method has been dirty flashing over 6.7 via every update afterwards in order to remain somewhat stable. So that's what I have done, and it's working pretty fine. The camera is working just fine out the box. See that? Camera's working fine. Video works, 4K video works, front camera works. Everything works camera-wise on this phone. Let's see. Let me show you some of the settings. Let's see. Yeah, flashlight definitely works. Auto rotate, all of that stuff pretty much works. The pedometer works with your Fit apps. Bluetooth is working out the box. Wi-Fi is working out the box. Let's see. Off the boot, pretty much. I don't know why I said off the box, but let's see what else. The only issue that you have with this ROM is the major issue that everybody is having. At least I'm not sure if it's on every different variants other than Sprint, but on Sprint ROMs we have this issue where with AOSP ROMs we cannot get connected to MMS, or we cannot send MMS or send text messages upon the first boot, or upon any boot within like the first 20 minutes or so. After 20 minutes it comes back. But if you do not want to wait, there are definitely fixes for that. One fix that people use all the time is it's this PRL fix. You can find it it's somewhere in this thread. I'm pretty sure at least about 30 times you'll find this PRL fix somewhere on this thread. That's why I'm going to post a link in the description so you can check it out. If you want to check out the fix, go ahead. It's something you put in your dialer, and it applies almost instantly. That's one fix. Either that, or you can get lucky enough, or if you're next to somebody and you just happen to reboot your phone or your phone dies, I mean, just ask somebody to call you, and it'll all your settings, everything will come right back. My thing is, oh, unless if you're at home and you don't feel like doing the PRL fix, I mean, I have a Google Voice account, so I mean, all I do is just call a number via my Google Voice, which ends up calling my phone. And after I finish the phone call, or if I after I disconnect from the phone call, I have all of my MMS text messaging services right back. It's not a big deal for me, and it's a small sacrifice for the speed that this ROM offers in comparison to the TouchWiz ROMs that are out right now. Even stock, like I'm coming from stock, I went to a TouchWiz ROM. It was faster, but it just wasn't. It wasn't this. it wasn't. It wasn't what I really wanted. And I know the Galaxy Note 4 and this processor is great. It's much faster than most phones out right now, and but I just still yearn for just a clean experience. And like, see, check this out. This is a task manager that comes with the phone. Usually, if I was on a TouchWiz ROM, this thing would be probably like at 2.2 gigabytes out of 2.7 gigabytes, which is ridiculous. And that comes all with a TouchWiz ROM. If you're on an AOSP ROM, you get so much more free RAM, which gives you this ability to move freely through your applications and do all of this and go right back to your camera app just like that. Otherwise, it takes forever on a TouchWiz ROM. It doesn't make any sense how slow that those things are and just how bloated they are with information. Or just what I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just something in TouchWiz, but it's something that's been persistent for a long time, and they just can't get rid of it. Their skin is just very big. So let's talk about this ROM some more. This is the CM Remix settings. I'm actually running a little custom theme that I like. It's one made by Nicholas, dark material theme, and a little bit of the Morpheus skin vault. But these are some of the settings that come with it. You have clock and date settings, battery status, battery bar, some greeting, custom carrier label, as you see in my left corner right there, the top left corner. You can change so many things in here. Your brightness control, a lot of the typical things that you'll see in the AOSP ROM. Change some things when the device lock, you can change that. Auto close panels, your orders of your tiles, Wi-Fi view. You can change location settings. You can show the weather up in here, which it used to work in 6.7, but ever since I've tried to enable it, it hasn't worked. Not a big deal. You can just enable it on your lock screen to be the same thing. It's not a deal breaker for me not having my weather in my notification bar. And it comes with the Viper 4 Android equalizer, which is great. That changes my whole music listening experience, and I'm so glad that he included that. You can change the display and lights. You can change it to live display, which I have on all the time. It really helps my eyes when I'm viewing things. There goes the heads up notifications that are enabled on here. You can cache your screen. It has so many different just settings on here that doesn't make any sense. Bottom corner shortcuts, you can change those. You can add some middle shortcuts which come up on the beginning of your lock screen, as you can just click on to go there. Navigation, he added slim on here. Your navigation ring targets, see I changed mine for left to right. I got my phone and my camera and my Google Now. My colors are a little bit off, so I mean that's why you can't see the Google in the middle, because it's all white, and this is all white. I'm sure if I change it, like, let's see, I wonder if I can change that. Well, I can't. I have to change my colors a little bit, and I'll be able to do that. But he has gesture anywhere. Let's see, some more tweaks over here. Like I said, some of that display stuff, recent panel. You can change your recent app panel, Omni switch or slim recents. You can have the RAM bar, the sidebar, gesture anywhere, the app circle. I personally don't use any of this stuff because I find it very hard to trigger on a day-to-day basis and be consistent with it. So I just stick away from it. I used to do it when Halo was around. I don't know if y'all remember that. The little circle that you can just drag around the screen and multitask. I wish they added that back because unfortunately in this ROM you lose all of the multitasking features you have with your TouchWiz ROM, which is something I do miss, but I can do without the S Pen features for a faster user interface experience. So yeah, he has the ad block on here, which really works. I don't know why I haven't enabled it, but I'll enable it eventually. I've just been playing around with the ROM really lately, and I just haven't really got to it. But I've been running this ROM, at least consistently updating the ROM for about like 3 weeks now, and like I said, I generally just enjoy the full experience of the ROM. It's very good overall. I've been running at my daily driver for quite some time now, and just the pros and cons. The pros definitely outweigh the cons with this ROM. There's only minor bugs in here. It's not anything major. Like I said, the Bluetooth works, Wi-Fi works. The hotspot is a little buggy. It doesn't really offer too much of a strong connection at this point. But for those who haven't had it or who are not used to having hotspot turned on for free anyway, it's probably not that big of a deal. Um, and I don't use it too often anyways. If I did want to use it, I have a TouchWiz ROM backed up. I can simply just go back there and check it out, and so I can use it. But I'm pretty sure it'll be enabled pretty soon. Like I said, he updates his ROM like every 2 or 3 days, so definitely check it out. It's made by Zion956, and I posted a link in the description so you guys can check it out. You guys, flash with caution. If you download the latest one, it should be a clean install. Just clean wipe everything and you should be good to go. You shouldn't have any boot loops issues or anything like that. Previously in the past, we did have those boot loop issues, but those issues are gone now, especially with the new 9.0 and up. You shouldn't have any problems with this ROM, at least booting up. So check it out. This is Poe, done with my review. I'm out.